Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on this upcoming transition in the motion of the planet Ketu. So friends, like the way you know this thing that the nodal axis plays a very important role in bringing fated events in our life. And even when we have to make a comparison between the nodal axis, like for example, as Rahu is responsible for the future karma, for innovation in your life, same is the way friends, all those things which flows in your life because of the blessing, ancestral blessing, dormant talents and the poor punya. So that is the domain which is generally connected with the Ketu. All those people who are born with a special kind of destiny, people who are born with extraordinary talents, in their case you will definitely see the prominence of Ketu. So now friends, what is going to be happening? As per the mean node calculation from March 28th till December 5th of this year, Ketu is going to be shifting nakshatra. Ketu is going to be entering in the Magha nakshatra. So friends, like just because we know this thing that after this, like Rahu and Ketu nodal shift will happen to different zodiac signs. So that means now in the rest of the time, the nodal axis, especially from the tail end, from the Ketu side, result will manifest with the purest of the essence. Now to which all people this transit will become important. So friends, obviously, like let's say for example, if like Magha, where Ketu is going to be transiting. So if your moon is in the Magha nakshatra, your ascendant is in the Magha nakshatra, your sun individually is in the Magha nakshatra, you are born on 7th of any month, 16th of any month, 25th of any month, you are right now of 48 years of the age, or right now your Rahu and Ketu return is happening, or your Ketu Dasha is active right now, you are engaged in spiritual work, in healing kind of work, in investigative research kind of work, then I would say that this transit is very important for you. So friends, to begin with, see, when we say that how you can connect these two individual entities, like the domain of the Ketu which we have just discussed, same is the way friends, if you have to understand the energy of the Magha nakshatra. So friends, Magha is definitely connected with our ancestors. There is no nakshatra which can be attached or which can come close to when it comes down to the power to give you throne, the power to give you power. And friends, I always say the domain of Ketu, the intensity of Ketu is so strong that these are those people who are chosen by the nature. These are the gifted people, these are the chosen people. So let's say for example, imagine how could you expect to compete with someone who is being favored by the omens, who is being favored by the nature. So like in some of the tradition friends, like where the anointment happens, like this could be the next Dalai Lama, this could be the next Pope, this could be the next Shankaracharya. So in most of the tradition, in most of the faith, people who get selected by some esoteric divine mechanism for the anointment, not only, although the case with Magha is different, it can actually give you the power through succession as well, through some birthright as well. But along with that, those people who get favored by the cosmos, favored by the nature, are all the Magha ruled people. And again friends, apart from spiritual prospect and the spiritual prowess, Magha again has the potential to give you the power, to give you fame, to give you authority. And the authority giving potential which Magha holds, it is incomparable compared to all other nakshatra. So now friends, just because now Ketu is going to be transiting in the Magha in its own nakshatra, but just because the dispositor somehow will also have a say, like the sign, the zodiac sign dispositor. So there are like going to be certain months in this year friends, like when sun is going to be in a very accentuated state. So like for example, in the month of April, sun is going to be exalted. In the month of the August, like we can say even both July and August, because in July like the Leo dispositor Sun is going to be conjunct with Jupiter in the Cancer sign. In the month of the August, like Sun is going to be being conjunct with Ketu in the Leo in itself. So these are definitely going to be the months where, let's say for example, if your concern is of something to do with the power, spirituality, meditation, penance, siddhi, research, investigative work, like any meditation retreat, ancestral work, or like donating and restructuring any of the temple, any of the religious pilgrimage site. So these are going to be the months where omens and nature will provide you the best support. So now friends, like after this, now we will like shift our discussion to the customized results for all the rising signs, or this could be all the moon signs as well. So friends, I want to be very clear, very honest over here. When we talk about planets like Ketu, when we talk about planets like Saturn, and like this could be Mars or even Rahu, their impact, their influence is never considered as very good, very positive when we talk about the living signification of that house. But definitely when we talk about ancestral blessing, when we talk about like feeling yourself as the chosen one, like in your path, in your life purpose, destiny playing a very significant role, omens playing a very significant role. So over there, this transit will actually help you, support you. See friends, why to go very far? See, astrology is something, and if something is meant to be very substantial, it show its impact, it show its results. I mean to say, ever since Rahu has transited to the Sadbhisha Nakshatra, right? So all that which is coming to the news these days, Anthropic, Claude, AI Summit, that's all over there in the news. Now when Ketu is going to be getting in its purest of the essence, and we are already witnessing, right, whatever is happening right now, all the domain of the Leo, which has to do with the power, which has to do with the leadership, you will definitely see a lot of the changes in the dynasties, in the leadership, in the people in the power. Like the whole leadership structure can get destabilized. Or this could be a case, friends, like even in the case of the celebrities and people who are connected with the films and the television industry, some sort of revelation, some sort of like with the celebrity scandals can get exposed. So that is how the energy is going to be working out. So okay friends, now let's start our discussion with customized guidance for all the zodiac signs. So when we talk about the Aries native, so friends, for the Aries, it is going to be happening in your 5th house. So friends, imagine before the fury of the Ketu, the purity of the Ketu was operating in the domain of your love, your relationship, because before this Magha, from July of 2025, Ketu was in the Purva Falguni Nakshatra. And for the Aries people, see, Purva Falguni is being ruled by the planet Venus. Venus happened to be your 2nd lord and your 7th lord. So I'm sure that in your love life, it would have created some difficulties. Some people would have found their creative calling, and some people might have hit the creative blockages as well. But now friends, because Ketu is going to be shifting in the Magha Nakshatra, and because friends, 5th house also plays a very significant role when we talk about career change, career transformation, because 5th house is 8th from the 10th house. So for many Aries Lagna, this could be the time period of major shift in your career. You will find your spiritual depth. If you are connected with art, entertainment, consulting work, spirituality, mantra, sadhana, healing, so this is actually going to be the time of the depth. And along with that friends, you might also have the provision for accessing those reservoir of the hidden talents which you have within you, all those things which are lying dormant within you. And let's say for example, if you're connected with teaching, training, coaching, so this could be the time for you where you will find your niche. You will be able to find your, like we say, that exclusivity, that okay, I am good in this specific field. Anything connected with the matters of ascension, like recognition, will come to the fore. But again friends, you need to have those good merits to actually stand a chance for that. And let's say for example, if you are sowing seeds in that direction and your creativity is somehow very much dedicated, devoted to higher causes, and you are doing your work from a place of like bringing a reform in the society, so all those people can get benefited. So yes friends, and when we talk about the living signification, so some sort of issues with the children, some sort of issues, like this could be especially those females who are pregnant and all. So yes friends, and when we talk about even in the matters of the love life, your romantic life, so friends, some sort of difference of opinion could happen during this time. Now friends, when we talk about for the Taurus native, so friends, to begin with, now Ketu is going to be transiting in the Magha Nakshatra. So that also tells about that in your domestic, in your home turf, this could be the time of ascension, like people who are connected with politics, social work, because in your case friends, Saturn is already transiting in your 11th house as well, right? So you are right now being supported by the omens, and over and above that, now Ketu now transiting in the Magha Nakshatra. So yes, those who are connected with social work and politics and all, this could be the time of being considered for some important portfolios. Along with that friends, if any relocation, if it will happen during this time, there's a high possibility that life circumstances or omens will take you to a better place of superiority. So there's a high possibility of that. And yes friends, it's actually going to be the time of the cleansing of the ancestral karma. I would say that if you get a chance for participating in any retreat, Pitri Tarpan, or this could be visiting your like hometown, your Kul Devata temple and all, so all of that can be done during this time. Anything connected to your roots, going to the depth of your roots, could be very much rewarded by the cosmos, by the omens. Like I remember someone was telling me that I read it somewhere that when Rahu Ketu axis is happening in the 4th house, 10th house, and in my ancestral home, and there was some construction going on, and they found something, or a snake came out, something like that. It generally happens when you have this kind of axis happening in your 4th house and the 10th house. So yes friends, be very mindful of the well-being of your mother. The health of the mother needs to be watched, monitored. Friends, when we talk about for the Gemini, so friends, it is going to be happening in your 3rd house. So friends, again, 3rd house represents our skill, our confidence, our capacity to take initiative. So there's a high possibility that omens, nature, divine blessing, ancestral blessing will drive you for taking many initiative, getting work done, and many development can happen during this time because your hand is being driven by the cosmos, by the omens. So it's very supportive sign when Ketu is transiting in your in the 3rd house in the Magha Nakshatra. And again friends, if it has something to do with the spirituality, we say that all those healers, all those shamans, they have that healing touch, that midas, that divine touch in their hands only, right? So your hands will act like a healing, they will have that healing touch during this time. And yes friends, if you're connected with social work, very revolutionized kind of journalism and all, you are like a critique, a part or a face of any resistance group and all, so life will provide you right set of circumstances. You will get that launch pad or platform or that voice which you need, that support which you are eyeing for, striving for. Again friends, it's Magha. There is no nakshatra which is close to giving you the power when it comes down to the potential which Magha holds. So yes friends, that's all what I can say for the Gemini. Now friends, when we talk about the Cancer, so friends, in your case the Ketu energy is working in a purest of the essence. So this is the time for you to pay attention the way omens are going to be guiding you. Friends, in your case, Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 12th house from till June. That means those dreams which are coming to you, this could be the hidden encrypted messages from your ancestors only, which are coming to you in your dream. And along with that friends, any donation in the name of your ancestors, any Pitri Tarpan, any visiting your ancestral village, your Kul Devata, will be very much rewarded. And again friends, if you are in a family business, your livelihood, your income is connected with the healing work, medicine, organic, farming, herbs, healing, medicine, speech, those people who do the the custodian of the religious books, religious pilgrimage, they organize the religious trips and all. So if in any capacity you do the spiritual work, you are in a business of the spiritual work, this could be the time of recognition, ascension, position, power for the Cancer natives. Friends, when we talk about the Leo, so friends, in your case it is going to be happening in your first house. Again friends, I don't want to sugarcoat it. This could be the time when many Leo people will be picked up for the position, and there is going to be many people who will be dethroned. So a lot is dependent on what kind of dashas you are currently going through. Friends, in your case now, I would say that omens, nature, circumstances are going to be driving your life for the next of the months. See, I come from India, right? So there is one city, Banaras, Kashi. We say that the Kashi, the doorman, or I know the Hindi word Kotwal, the protector of that city is Lord Kal Bhairav. And there's one police station there, even the cop there, he has made like a symbol that even in the main throne, main seat, it's the Lord Kal Bhairav only who looks after the city, and he even sits over there after taking permission from the god. So I mean to say, this is how life is going to be working out for you now. You have to pay attention to the omens and be very mindful of your actions, be respectful to the people connected to the authority, your ancestors, your family tradition. See, Ketu has got everything to do with the tradition, culture and all. So just demonstrate good ethics, and I would say that participating in any meditation, any retreat, any Pitri Karma, any ancestral visit to any ancestral Kul Devata temple, village, native village, all of that will be honored. But yes, for sure, for the Leo people, this is going to be the time when either power, authority will come on its own, or if your running dasha has created a theme of entanglement into something, so that can also happen. Friends, when we talk about the Virgo, so friends, for the Virgo, it is going to be happening in your 12th house. Omens will talk to you. Again friends, the way we say that Rahu Ketu axis in the 6th, in the 12th is considered as one of the most potent, one of the most powerful. And we say that if Ketu is working out in such a strong dignity, being in the Magha, that means omens will guide you. And again friends, if in your line of work, anything connected with herbs, with healing, with medicine, being a shaman, dealing with the organic or like herbs, medicine and all, or trying to establish yourself in a foreign land, any travels, import export nature of work, if any of those things are getting applicable in your case, life and the omens and the ancestral blessing will guide you. A lot of the things will happen in your life, like you will experience and you will feel that life is going to be in a auto mode right now. Many miraculous, esoteric, mysterious, spiritual epiphany, awareness experiences happen, like where people see the dreams, some sort of whisper, seeing those magical divine numbers. So these kind of things will happen. So you have to pay attention to the omens, the way things are happening. Do the charities in the name of your ancestors, or feeding the dogs could be recommended during this time. Feeding the birds is recommended when you have Ketu transiting in this kind of amazing kind of alignment. And again friends, here we are talking about Ketu, which has to do with the nature, with the omens, and Magha has to do with the power. So it will happen on its own. Friends, when we talk about the Libra, so friends, in your case it is going to be happening in your 11th house. So friends, 11th house has got a lot to do with our authority, popularity, our status, our place in the society, right? So this could be the time when luck, omens and nature will take you to the right set of people, important, powerful kind of people. But again friends, you have to be very careful, because this can actually drive you towards some radical people as well. So you don't have to get aligned with very extremist kind of people. And again friends, authority, recognition, all those things can happen purely because of your connections. So connections will play a very significant role. And again friends, it's not only the Ketu, but Jupiter is also going to be making its transition from some very important houses. So whatever will happen in your case in terms of ascension, promotion, popularity, success, recognition, ancestral blessing will be playing a very significant role. And see, People say that if Ketu is there in the 11th house, 10th house, it can cut you off from your social circle. No, it's not like that. If Ketu is in the Magha, it has got more to do with making you the leader in the group, making you the recognized face in the group rather than cutting you from it. Again, for that we have to give attention to that in which zodiac sign, in which nakshatra planet is transiting. Rahu in its best of the dignity. See, in your case, in the nodal axis, it's the Rahu which is creating more mental stimulation, mental trouble for you if you're not able to utilize it well. But the tail end of this nodal axis, Ketu, has got the best placement to give you the ascension, give you the position, give you the power. Friends, when we talk about the Scorpions, so friends, in your case, it is going to be happening in your 10th house. So major career shift can happen, and if you're running some favorable dasha, this shift will happen, this transfer will happen for taking you to the right places aligned with your life ascension, your life growth. See friends, I always say that when we talk about the career, this could be business, 7th house, your income, your job, livelihood, 2nd house, 6th house, 2nd house, 6th house, 11th house. 10th house has got more to do with our status and our public image, how we are being perceived in the society. So yes friends, I would say that if you are running some favorable dasha, right set of people will have their eyes on you, attention spotlight onto you, and yes, major changes, dramatic changes can happen during this time. If you're running some favorable dasha, these changes will drive you towards your calling, your specialization, your perfection, towards your niche. Friends, when we talk about the Sagittarius, so friends, in your case, it is going to be happening in your 9th house. So friends, beyond any doubt, this is one of the purest of the axis of the Rahu and Ketu. Rahu would have already started giving results in your 3rd house, being in the Sadbhisha Nakshatra. Now Ketu will get activate, your fortune, your bhagya will get activate, your ancestral blessing will get activated. So friends, during this time, donation or like feeding the dogs, feeding the birds, being respectful to the nature is very important. Any pilgrimage, any visit to the holy rivers, taking a holy dip in those rivers, making donation in the name of your ancestors will actually invoke and invite good merit to you. Like your dharma will get activated. And again friends, during this time, purely because of the luck, ascension, promotion, foreign settlement, visa approval, many things can happen. Friends, when we talk about the Capricorn, so friends, in your case, it is going to be happening in the 8th house. Again friends, it is going to be good if you are connected with occult, sadhana, research, and you want to have that heightened awareness, and you want to actually find your niche, like what you are good at, what your talents are, how you could be exclusive in any specific field, line of work. Again friends, people who have done miracles in the humankind, people who have, where we say that they are immortal, they have left a legacy, they all are 8th house people, 8th house ruled people, their name never dies. So if you want to be recognized in those lines, you want to have awareness of something which is immortal, which never dies, so this could be the time for you. And yes friends, major shift can happen in terms of the joint resources, sudden speculative win. But again friends, Ketu also represents spirits, 8th house. If your natal moon is weak and you are running some dasha, which can create the vulnerability of possession, spirit problem, then this could be trouble sometime. Do the remedies. Friends, when we talk about the Aquarians, so friends, for the Aquarians in the 7th house, 7th house is the house of our business, partnership, public. So I would say friends that in the matters of the relationship, major development can happen. Again friends, Ketu will be acting with its purest of the essence, right? Purest of the intent. So this could be a case that even if the relationship is meant to go through separation or major transformation, it might be aligned for you so that you can function, you can get aligned with your highest potential. This is equally getting applicable in the matters of your business partnership as well. Friends, I always say Ketu's impact, Ketu's energy is never considered as very good when it comes down to the living signification. But again, Ketu also brings you closer to the soul level connection, twin flame as well. So many soul level karmic encounters will happen. This could be in the matters of the intimate personal relationship, or this could be random public encounters as well. Friends, when we talk about the Pisces, so friends, in your case it is going to be happening in the 6th house. So friends, this could be the case that you might be able to get rid of all the debts, and the health related ailments could come to the surface just to be diagnosed properly. And again friends, when we talk about Ketu connected remedy, so all the herbs and the medicine, Ayurveda, organic things are always prioritized. This could be the time when you can win over any of the competitive kind of situation, and this will pave path towards ascension, promotion. All that possibility is going to be there. So yes friends, this was just a brief overview. Like, I just wanted to touch it from the surface. And let's say, for example, based on your participation, if you want me to make another video on this shift of Ketu and specific months when the dispositor Sun is going to be in a strengthened state, so do write it in the comment section, and I will see that can I make another video on the same topic or not. So okay friends, for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.